CCTV. Now, the idea was to get 3 quotes and to then come back to council with the quotes and what it is suggested that we need. We had someone come round, we had a meeting yesterday. Friday, not yesterday, that was Sunday. And we thought that that was actually going to be about the CCTV that we were looking at. But it turned out that it was District Council came round, and it was to talk to us about our 4 cameras that we've got in the town centre.
Right.
And the fact that in April they are coming up for renewal, it is, isn't it, really? Yeah, renewal. And basically having to cough up the money if we want them to be continued. If we decide we don't want those 4 cameras in the town centre to be continued, then they will be removed and we will have no cover in the town centre. So we're going to be a little bit over a barrel there.
Would you be able to provide me with the details of who you met with? Because, well, I haven't, as a ward councillor, been informed of any of this, which we should be, realistically, and I will have words.
Neither do we think we were going to get a phone.
No, exactly. I mean, obviously some communication must have come out to arrange said meeting, but
I don't know, because she said, bless her, she said what I'll do is I'll start from the beginning, because we were all nonplussed.
yeah.
We were a little bit like rabbits in a headlight.
But the district council should have been telling their ward members what on earth they were planning to do, because removing CCTV coverage in their own
They were in the notes that I took.
area. Oh, right, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And Becky also took.
I've got emails off them today actually, so I can.
Are you happy if
them.
I just photograph that?
Yeah, that's fine, thank you. And over the page as well, there's some. Tim?
Thank you.
CCTV. There's little point in having CCTV unless it's going to be of some use to somebody. Situation with the cameras in the town, I'm well aware that there's been occasions when thefts have occurred within the town. It's been right in front of the camera and jack shit has ever happened about it. We've got the problem in our own park where we've got CCTV cameras. There seems some disputers who can actually look at the footage on them. If we're going to have CCTV cameras anywhere, they must be able to be interrogated as necessary at the time to make the immediate report to the police to do something about it. Otherwise, there's absolutely no point in having them. So what we're going to do about linking up the existing CCTV camera footage in the town centre, assume we carry it on, and whether we do it via South Holland or whether we do it ourselves and just simply use the sites, that may be another option to save costs.
Which is the emails that I've got today, so we came up with that same idea, because it's 24/7, one's in High Street are 24/7 looked at, so we were thinking that if we incorporate Carter's Park with that same contract, then it's looked after. Also came out that obviously you do need to be SIRE trained to look at CCTV, so you know we've got to be very careful with what we do, and to get a company that's professionally trained and can look after it 24/7, because they have said to us we could bring it in house.
Yeah.
We don't have the capacity to do a
But at the
24/7
moment,
surveillance.
it's not a necessarily professional company. They get you volunteers at Boston
I guess that's what they would do.
and they train them. So, you know, they're not necessarily, I understand there's a lot of cost involved, but the people actually doing it are doing it on a voluntary basis most of the time.
Well, the problem being is it doesn't solve the crime aspect, and I think that is the issue. You start with the dealing with the crime aspect, and then have the system meet the requirements of that. So whether it's coverage in the town or coverage in Carter's Park, it's got to be able to address that in the immediacy, so we can make reports to the police directly. So, because otherwise there's no point in having it. If it's going to be safe and interrogated 3 days later, it's not too bloody late.
And to be honest, I would consider that, you know, if they are going to be coming to a unitary authority, if they've got much more funding and resources across a wider area, if they are pooling that and bringing them all together, they will probably be able to deliver a far better service. Whereas at the moment, they've only got one in Spalding and Holbeach and Boston. that they're trying to do together and they have to use volunteers.
Yeah.
Why are they trying to get rid of a service now,
Mm.
rather than considering actually could we deliver something better if we worked among the wider area?
Yeah.
With you completely.
So I'll have words.
Yeah, also the guy that looks after the cameras in the town centre, I only got a first name, Danny, but he was also prepared to come out to, they were suggesting that he could come out.
Yeah, he has emailed.
He has emailed, to have a look at our cameras
Okay.
in Carter's Park
Right.
and to give us an update on what could or should be done,
Yeah, no, that's good.
should we decide to go move forward on that. So
We do need
if, and
to
if,
resolve
if
it.
we had that, as you say, if we had that, that would all then come under the same,
Yeah,
Mm.
it makes sense rather than two people trying to do the same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, as I said, Madam Chairman, the issue now in the town is county lines. And we're going
Yes.
to be in that situation
Mm.
where we're going to start getting stabbings, we're going to get all sorts of shit taking place.
Mm.
We need to have coverage, we need to be able to use it to bring prosecutions if necessary.
Mm.
Which is
Protect the
why it's
public.
better to have a linked up service
Yeah.
across a wider area.
I
Because
absolutely
if the
agree.
police need it, they only need to contact one people.
That's
to get
exactly
You
true.
see, but you see, we had these incidents in Carter's Park.
Mm.
We have had some incidents, and the police haven't been interested, haven't wanted to look at what we have had
Mm.
on CCTV, which worries me a little bit as to we're paying all this money for
Mm.
a police service that I have very severe concerns about.
Mhm.
They did
As
say,
a councillor.
they did say the cameras in the high street are linked to Spalding police station, so they can actually see them
Yeah.
as well. So if we linked Carter's
Yeah,
Park in,
in
that's
then
all going to be
They'll be able
linked
to
in
see
that.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but then you've got a volunteer in Spalding Police Station monitoring it as and when they're not having a cup of tea. It needs to be professionally monitored, that's the
Well,
problem.
they have offered for any of you to go to Boston and see it working.
We're gonna go and have a
They would
look
like
at
to
it.
go, you know, they have
Yeah.
offered out for you to see it
Let's go
working
see
in
it.
action, so it would be
Yes.
good for you to go
Yeah.
and see, I think,
Yeah.
and then make a decision on it, so.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely professionally done, but the problem is they always need more volunteers to be able to monitor it more often. That's always the difficulty, which,
Mm.
again, the more services you pull together,
Because didn't he say they had 400 screens?
it is a lot,
Yeah.
yeah. And the more you add in,
Sorry.
Yeah, and they did also,
oh, is it? I think it's